the King of Elite Runners, Elite Godston, is now back. And I know you guys noticed from my previous video about what happened, but now, like I said for tomorrow, which is today, I'm finally back, so now we're going to do some more Pixels Gun 3D weapon tier list. This is part 12. Now, anyways, let's begin this. Starting with number 1101, which is the cousin of the Solar Flare, like I said, from part 8. This weapon right here has the plasma rockets, the area effect, and it has the same, I'm drawing a blank on the word. Same animation, that's the word. So for this one, it has 3 ammo usage. I would definitely not recommend this for cat spams, but for casuals, I would definitely recommend this for low levels. And not for medium or high level players, because they'll just rage quit immediately if they see someone using this type of weapon, because it's more like a type of a trolling weapon. So Fuel Plasma Station, I would definitely not recommend this, but for casuals, for low level players only, but not good for cat spams. Next up is the still working windmill. This one right here, you can use this in Knife Party. The only downside, it has like the gravitation force, but its damage is like pretty decent, but it's not that good at first. Even without the modules, but with modules, it's still like gonna be a while anyway for it. I will definitely not recommend this for cat spam players, but for casuals, I will definitely recommend this for low and medium level players for this one. And like I said, it's also good for Knife Party, for the still working windmill. This one, I did have to hold off for the next part because I did 2 of these right here, but this one right here is the 3rd set for this, for the Storm Overloads. Thunder Formula is this one right here. Its damage is really good. The only downside about it, it has a looping shot because, like, right here, you can see, like, I'm, like, aiming directly straight ahead. It launches, like, a huge angle up for the looping shot. So you can kind of see, like, I'm locked on target from the pilot. It launches, like, way up high. I don't know why at first. But if you want to actually do direct contact, you're going to have to aim it lower to the ground, so that way you get yourself a good contact to the enemy. So for this one, I will definitely not maybe recommend this for cat spams, unless it has a little bit of a delay. Then you can go ahead and use it. But for casuals, I will definitely say for low levels and a little bit of medium level players, but not for high level players because they want to do direct contact to the enemy. Like I said, it's that huge launch angle, and that's really, like, what just happened. Oh man, this one. Am I gonna talk about this bubblegum one, am I? This one is the OG type category for cat spams. The only annoying part is the area effect and the slowness, because it's the same ability as for the special set with the one that has the slow enemies down in a radius, where it has the huge splat of orange juice that when you defeat an enemy, that's gonna be like the annoying one of all. You'll see a whole lot of players use this weapon anyway, especially in the Fulfillment of Desires lottery, or any other type of lotteries available that will show this weapon right here. So this one will be a yes for cat spams. It's an OG type weapon. Yes for all category level players for casuals. And that's all there is to it anyway. Next up is the TNT Thrower. I did use this several times during a Elite Tier challenge for deathmatch points. You can actually use this multiple times if you like, if you have a set of the Mafia set for the primary, backup, sniper, and heavy in this one. because it gives you additional points in matches. The only downside, it has a little bit of a delay, so it cannot be used for cat spams in this one. But I would definitely recommend this for casuals because of the super rocket jump, and also for the area damage, and also a little bit of the cluster as well too. So it's a pretty decent weapon for casuals, for lows and medium level players. Next up is the AK 5.56. This one, it's an automatic type weapon, so no for cat spams, but for casuals, I would definitely recommend this for lows and medium level players and whatnot. The best thing about it, it has the rage ability. Like, if you defeat an enemy, you keep the rage. But here's the thing though, for a little pro tip for the rage ability, when you defeat an enemy and want to keep the rage, swap over to your other weapons to keep cat spamming, and then when you feel like you're safe, swap back, and then you still have your rage ability added in. So this one, no for cat spams, yes for casuals, for lows, and medium level players. When I mean by medium level players, mean like moderates. Next up is the fake pistol. You can actually get the fake pistol from the elite tier battle pass from one of the seasons. I forgot the name. It has a new ability, which is two different types. The first one is just a shotgun ability, but when you use the scope ability, it does a laser ability for it. So that's pretty good and decent as well too. But I did see another cool trick as well too, is folks use the triple jump ability. Like for example, when you have like, when you're just double jumping and just, oops, I did it wrong. Like we just use the double jump. Like you had to be very quick about it at first. It did have a few nerfs at the time because of the damage output. But for this one, it's possible for... I'm trying to show a little example, but you'll probably see a few folks use the triple jump ability because, with the hologram, because it counts as like a little block and whatnot, but I believe they had to patch that up. But fake pistol, it does have delay, so go for cat spams, and for casuals, I will say lows and moderates, and a little bit for high level players as well too. Next up is the Swords of Intelligence. This one is good for Knife Party in this one. Has a Super Punch ability, so 2 activations, so it'll be a third one for a Super Punch. It has the Electroshock, which is the most annoying of all. There's not much to say about this weapon, but all I can say is that it will be a little bit difficult for cat spams, but it may have a slight delay, so it'll still be possible. But for casuals, I will say for lows and medium level players, and also good for Knife Party, like I said. Next up is the Controlled Drone System. It's the same similarity as the anti-module aircraft weapon. But the only difference about it is that this one protects you from any type of from any incoming projectiles, like coming out your way. But for this one, it's the same thing as the I gotta find that real quick. I'm like completely drawing the blank. It's like this one right here, the anti-aircraft module. It's the same thing for this, but the only difference is that it has the shield when you're trying to reload. So it creates a shield while reloading, so you'll be safe for a little bit. So for that weapon, I will definitely not recommend this for cat spams, but for casuals, lows, and moderates. Deadly Beamer is the next weapon. This one right here has the charge shot ability, so it cannot be good for cat spams, but for casuals, I will definitely recommend this for lows, moderates, and definitely for high-level players in this one. Moving up next is the Elves Energy Crystal. I believe they did one change to this weapon, but unless if it got swapped over. But I think, could be wrong, but I think this one had like a disabled jumps or something, but I could be totally wrong. For this one, it has a slight delay, so it cannot be used for cat spams. But for casuals, I'll definitely say for lows and moderates in this one. And its reload is a little bit decent, but it's like super slow at first. Next up is the Tricky Electrolyzer. It's a backup weapon. It has, excuse me, sorry. It has the burning ability, and not much I can say about this anyway, because I thought it was going to be more like a, when it comes to electricity, because I thought it was going to be more like the electric shock, but apparently not. It has a decent fast reload, good ammo usage. I'll definitely not recommend this for cat spams if it has a delay, but if it doesn't, then definitely go right ahead. For casuals, I'll definitely say for lows and moderates in this one. We have like 1/4 of the portion way there, so we're moving up next to the Plague Spreader. This one is a little bit annoying because of the contact detonation and whatnot. The only thing about it I can only say is it's pretty decent to use for any type of matches, especially when you see a whole lot of folks in point capture. They use any type of contact detonations like Instigator, Plague Spreader right here, for example. Also, the mutagen neutralizer, and also the toxic bane. So they can use this anyway. There's also one other weapon which I'm not going to say yet because I have not reached that weapon yet. But Plague Spreader, no for cat spams. Yes for casuals, for lows and moderates, and also well experienced high level players as well too. And if you guys forget again, I will say this again for player level wise. Level 1 to 25 is low level players. Level 25 to 50 is moderate. Level 50 to max level, which is 65, is high level players. So just to be clear about what is actually like what you mean by like low levels, moderates, and high level players. So that's it for Plague Spreader for that one. Next up is the Ancestor's Curse. It is a cat spam weapon. The best thing about it is it's just a cat spam weapon. That's all I can think about that right there anyway. It does not have the piercing shot ability, unfortunately. But for Ancestor's Curse, I will definitely say yes for cat spams. Yes for casuals, for, let's say all categories, for lows, moderates, and high-level players. Next up is the Moon Hunter Bow. I do see a few folks use this anyway, but the only thing is that it will be a cat spam weapon, but the only downside, it has the charge shot ability. So you have to be very mindful about it, and you have to be in a safe spot to just, to be fully charged up and just go right ahead. And it's like one shot from like a full charge shot. So it's kind of the same similarity as the Dragon Bite and the Crystal Bow from the Crystal Clan division. So yes for cat spams, but be aware about the charge shot. Yes for casuals, for all level players. The Heavy Elf Crossbow. This is the OG weapon right here because of the weakening ability. The shoots in 3 directions, and it is a cat spam weapon. But you have to be aware as well too, when you use a backup laser weapon, it will have a delay in it, so you have to be very mindful. Other weapons that you can use for this one will be the bloody... Wait, no. I'm not going to say the weapon yet because I've not reached that point for those 2 weapons, because that'll be a little bit of spoilers. But other weapons I may have called out from the previous parts would be like, maybe the Big Bang Revolver, I think. And you can also use it for dual anchors, and also the dual hunters pistols. No, headhunters pistols, my apologies. But this one's a really good weapon because of the cat spam ability, and I use this several times because I kept forgetting that this weapon is also cat spammable, and with this weakening ability, and it shoots in 3 directions, so it's really good. to use. So yes for cat spams, yes for casuals for all level players. Next up is the Light Bringer. You can use this in Knife Party. It does have the super punch ability, 2 activations to make the third one appear. So it's really fun to use. It's 1 hit to the head and I believe 2 hits to the body. Yep. And its super punch is really like 1 hit entirely. So Lightbringer, I will say yes for casuals, for Knife Party, for lows and moderates. It will have a delay in it for cat spam, so no. Ice Giant Rifle, definitely no for cat spams because of the automatic ability. For casuals, I would definitely say yes for lows and moderates in that one. Oops. Sorry, that was a little bit of spoiler. I may not have to cut that out, but it was a little bit of a oopsie on my part. Next up is the Moonblades. It's a dash weapon, same thing as the Last Cry, and also other weapons with dash abilities, but some of them I will not say yet because I have not reached that point. The only 2 I thought of is the Last Cry and the Steel Clan Division weapon for the melee category. Oh, also Temple Claws. I forgot about that. Temple Claws. Sorry about that. But the dash ability, you can use this in clan raids and minigame raids in this one. But unfortunately for Knife Party, it did get banned for all dash weapons and all pulling weapons in this one. So I know most folks are a little bit upset about it, but it's more like a fair play for other folks that don't have those weapons anyway. So Moonblades, I will definitely recommend this for clan raids and minigame raids in this one. And I do believe you can also use this for cat spams as well too, just to swap over, just to get out of there. And also casuals, all level players, but remember, you cannot use this in Knife Party because it got banned. The Echo Rifle, not to be confused with the other rifle name in it, because that's from one of the YouTube sets. But this one right here, it can be used for cat spams because of the ricochet ability, but also it's good for casuals for all level players. It has a decent reload, but it's a tiny bit slow, and decent amount of ammo, which is pretty okay on this one. So Echo Rifle, yes for cat spams, and yes for casuals for all level players. Solar Lens. This one is a charge shot ability. It does have the plasma rockets and area effect, but this one right here is like super fast. Like super fast fire rate. So it's like you had to get out there as soon as possible. It cannot be cat spammed because of the delay animation. But this one right here, I will say for casuals, for lows and moderates in this one. Next up is the Blacklight Pistol. I don't see a few folks use this weapon anyway, but it does have a delay, so no for cat spams, and for casuals, I would definitely say for lows and moderates, and maybe high level experienced players in this one. It can be 1 hit to the head a little bit, or yeah, 1 hit to the head and 2 hits to the body. So it's a pretty good weapon. Supernova Generator. I do see thousands of folks use this anyway because of the gravitation effect, and also the gadget blocker, and I believe also the... No. I thought it was mainly for disabled jumps, but unfortunately for this one, it will be a no for cat spams because of the delay animation, but for casuals, I will definitely put this in there for lows and moderates. And yes, also for high level experienced players as well too. Next up is the Event Horizon. This is also the cousin of the Solar Flare, the Tommy Atom, and also the Field's Plasma Station. Not much I can say about it, but this one, it will have a slight delay, so it is possible for cat spams. But for casuals, lows and moderates in this one. Unfriendly Bat. It can be used in Knife Party. It does have, I thought it had the disable jumps or the gadget blocker, but the only thing it has is just a melee, and it has the electric shock. And there's not much I can say about this weapon, but you can use this in Knife Party. No for cat spams, yes for casuals, for lows and moderates in this one. The Tamagotchi Revolver, for this one, it's only 2 hits to the body and 1 hit to the head, possibly, but it's mainly 2 in my perspective. Decent reload, good ammo usage. The only thing is that it may have a delay in it, so it would be slightly possible for cat spam, but I'm gonna say no on that one. Sorry. For casuals, I would definitely say for lows and moderates on that one. Next up is the Mad Colorer. It has a little bit of a delay, so no for cat spams. But also for casuals, I will definitely say for lows, moderates, and a little bit for high-level players as well too. So it does have the rocket jump on there as well too, so it'll be really fun. But watch out for the self-damage as well too. So be aware about that. Nacho's Shotgun. This was first introduced in the summer season. The only downside, it had a little bit of a nerf. But the best thing about it has the healing around you and also teammates as well too, just in case if you're like super low in HP. The only downside, it has only 2 shots per, but it cannot be cat spammed, unfortunately, so it has to be something else in particular. But I do see a few folks use this anyway. If they had the kinetic module, just use infinite ammo if they like. So Nacho Shotgun, no for cat spams, yes for casuals, for all level players though. Next up is the Shockerizer. It looks like a Pikachu weapon, but it has a pretty good ammo usage and also pretty decent reload as well too, but super slow. The best thing about it has the enemy detection, ricochet, and also electroshock. So you'll see a whole lot of folks spam this weapon anyway for deathmatch points in casual pool. No, not casual pool, sorry, classic pool. So no for cat spams, yes for casuals, for lows and moderates in this one. Next up is the Crescent Power. It is a reference from Sailor Moon. I never watched that show, by the way. But it's an automatic type weapon, so no for cat spams. But for casuals, I'll definitely say for lows, moderates, and also, well, high experienced players as well, too. The best thing about it, it has the charming ability. So that's all I can think about for that weapon anyway. The ODM Special Gear, it is a pulling melee weapon. It did get banned in Knife Party, so it's no longer used in Knife Party. But you'll see a whole lot of folks use this anyway to get out of there. So it's also well-experienced players for cat spam weapons. But for casuals, I'll definitely say for lows, moderates, and high-level players. But be aware, it does have ammo usage, so you have to be very mindful about it. And it can one-hit entirely to the person as well, too. Next up is the Deadly Eye Vengeance. It is a cat spam weapon. It was from the Elite Tier Challenge from the Anime Season Volume 2. Cat spam weapon, casuals for all level players as well too. Decent reload and not a whole lot of ammo, so it's pretty helpful. Best thing about it, it has the X-ray vision ability, so it's really helpful. Next up is the Double Quirk. It has really good ammo usage, and it's possible for one hit entirely to the body, and also I believe one hit to the head as well too, because of the headshot added in. You can use this in sniper forts, I think, to be more accurate for any type of stuff, but also, like I said, it can be used for cat spams. So it's really fun to use, but there's also other type of better area damage snipers out there as well too. So double quirked, yes for cat spams, and yes for casuals for all level players, because of the good amount of ammo usage, but the only thing, it has a little bit of slow reload speed. Grenade quirk. This is also a cluster mine ability as well too, like I said previously from the Plague Spreader. It has the contact detonation on it. It will have a slight delay, so it will be possible for cat spams, but I would definitely not recommend it for that category anyway. So just be aware about it. But for casuals, I would definitely recommend it for those of moderates on that side of things anyway. I'm trying to go through this fast because I know I'm like reaching like an hour mark from my video anyway, so I'm just trying to hurry quick as I can. Guardian Spirits. This is from the Magic Season School Battle Pass, or Pixel Pass, I should say. It has the healing ability on it. It can be used for cat spams and for casuals, all level players on that one. Ghost Epi. It is a special category because I thought people think it was going to be a melee, but it's not. It has infinite amount of ammo, but the only downside, it has a cat spam. No, not cat spam. Delay animation, so it cannot be used for cat spams, unfortunately. But for casuals, I'll definitely say for those and moderates in this one. And it does have the headshot added in. Sorting Pistol. It's one hit entirely to the head, and I believe also one hit to the body as well too when you're closer to the enemy. A little bit of a fast reload and a decent amount of ammo as well too. So it's really fun to use, and you'll see thousands of folks use this weapon anyway just for fun because of the deathmatch points, because it also has the headshot damage increase and also the head enlargement. So be mindful about it and watch out. So Sorting Pistol, no for cat spams because of delay animation, and yes for casuals and well, technically, yes, for casuals, for those and moderates, and also well-experienced high-level players. Next up is the Raven Staff. This one right here has manual guidance, weakening, and it's an annoying weapon to use because it did had a few buffs at the time. Well, actually, a few buffs like earlier, but it did get nerfed when it was first introduced because it was so annoying because of the area damage, weakening, and manual guidance. And you can also get this from the Elite Tier challenge from the Magic Season Battle Pass. Next up is the Corrupted Spellbook. It cannot be cat spammed, unfortunately, but for casuals, I would say for lows and moderate level players. And it's just really fun to use. It's only 2 hits entirely because of the area damage, so you have to be very mindful about that. Additional Binding Limb, I'm not going to do a preview about it because it's the same thing as the ODM Special Gear, because it's just a pulling weapon and it just got banned from, well, not just got banned, meant to say, like, it got banned from Knife Party because it's a pulling weapon, and same thing as the dash weapons as well, too. So additional Binding Limb, I will say yes for casuals as well, and also good for cat spam players as well too because of the whole lot of experienced players with pulling weapon cat spam abilities. Transforming Rifle. It's an automatic type weapon, so no for cat spams, but for casuals, I would definitely say yes for moderates and low level players. When you use the scope, it's only like it's like a sniper ability. So it's like an automatic type slash sniper ability where it's just like one hit to anything in general. And unfortunately, it cannot be used in free play because of the automatic ability and the sniper type ability. So that's the only downside about that. So Transforming Rifle, no for cat spams, yes for casuals, for lows and moderates, and maybe a little bit of well-experienced high-level players, but I don't see a whole lot of folks use this weapon anyway. The Monkey Pirate. Not a whole lot of folks use this weapon anyway because of the delay animation. 2 hits entirely, or less 1 hit entirely if you have it directly on contact with the enemy, with the burning effect included. No for cat spams, yes for casuals, for lows and moderates on that one. Next up is the holographic Hook and Saber. I believe... No, it's not. You can get this from the Max Battle Pass from the Pirate season. Space Pirate season, to be more specific. You can use this in Knife Party. It had a very huge OP buff, where, like, you see a whole lot of folks use this anyway, because it had the Gravitation Force, and it can be, like, 1 hit entirely to the head. And, like, a little bit of 1 hit to the body as well, too, but they had to do a slight nerf included. So, you can definitely use this in Knife Party, for holographic Hook and Saber. No for cat spams, yes for casuals, for lows and moderates. Navigation Shotgun. You can actually get this from the Elite Tier Challenge Battle Pass. It's 1 hit to the head, a little bit of 2 hits to the head, 2 hits to the body, 1 hit to the head. It's a shotgun ability, but it does have a delay animation, so it cannot be used for cat spams. But for casuals, I'll say for lows and moderates in this one. It's kind of the same similarity as Fake Pistol, but the only thing about Fake Pistol, it has the shotgun and the laser ability, while the Navigation Shotgun does not. 3 Barrels Cannon. It cannot be cat spammed, unfortunately, because of its delay animation. It's 1 hit entirely to the head, and a little bit... We'll take it down 1 hit to the body, but only 2 hits to the body. But best thing about it has the poison ability, and you'll see thousands of folks use this. It's the same custom as the Last Squeak from one of my previous parts of my tier list for the weapons anyway. So 3 Barrel Cannon, no for cat spams, yes for casuals, for lows and moderates. And also a little bit high level experienced players as well too. Ship's Drowner. I do not see a whole lot of folks use this because it's the same similar as the Ghost Lantern. But it has the more damage to the curse, but I've never seen anyone use this anyway. So I'll say no for cat spams, and a little bit for casuals for only low-level players, because I've never seen anyone use this before. Next up is the Deadly Shark. It is a automatic area damage primary, no for cat spams, and yes for casuals, for lows and moderates, and this one included. It does have a barrier added in, a decent amount of ammo, and good damage per second fire rate as well too, so I will say it's a pretty good weapon to use. Next up is the Warden's Trident. It is a slightly possible for cat spams, but unfortunately it has the delay animation on it, so it may have a huge delay in it, so I will say no for it. The best thing about it has infinite amount of ammo, so like you can just use it non-stop instead of like finding a little ammo spot for this right here to just refill and just reload. So Warden's Trident, no for cat spams, unless if it's possible with a slight delay in it. So it would be a yes, but I'm saying no for it. For casuals, I'll say lows and moderates only. Next up is Net's Thrower. It has a wall break ability, and I believe also gadget block. Yes, it does. Gadget block, wall break, and it's decent to use, but unfortunately it cannot be cat spam because of delay animation. Decent reload, good ammo usage for casuals. I'll say for lows and moderates in this one. Next up is the TikTok Pistol. You can actually get this from the Winter Wonderland starter battle pass. It has the best ability, which is acceleration after the acceleration after killing. So like if you defeat the enemy, you gain a little bit of speed boost. Same summary as the Pixel Cola Refresher. But for the old one it didn't, but the new one did. So you see a whole lot of folks use the Pixel Color Refresher because of that. And you'll basically mostly players use this anyway if they want to gain a little bit of speed boost if they don't have the Pixel Color Refresher. So I will say yes for cat spams, and yes for casuals for lows, moderates, and high level players. Because the ricochet and laser weapon is included. Heavy Cone Minigun. It's a minigun type weapon, so you can definitely use this in clan raids and minigame raids. Definitely mostly clan raids because of the healing and armor ability to help out with your teammates and yourself as well too. No for cat spams, yes for casuals, for low level players, and a little bit for moderates as well too. Starfall. This one's a little bit the most annoying weapon. I do see thousands of folks use this weapon because I think it had a buff. No for cat spams, yes for casuals, for lows and moderates only in this one. But also I'll say well-experienced high-level players included as well. Not much I can say about Starfall because it believes it's the same celebrity as like the crystal bow as from the Crystal Division clan weapon. Next up is Dreams Warden. It is a elite tier battle pass you can get from the Winter Wonderland season. It had a very huge buff, and it can now be like one hit entirely to the body and to the head. So be mindful about that. It has a very slow reload, decent amount of ammo. You can definitely use this as sniper forts. I will say it is possible for cat spams, but unfortunately when I was using it, it had a slight delay in it. So to me personally, I will say no. But to my perspective, it can still be cat spammed, so I will definitely say mainly answer is yes. And for casuals, I will definitely recommend this to all level players in this one. Next up is Snowstorm Fury. I do see bots use it. The only issue, it has the target freeze ability, and like really super slows down your character. Like so slow. It's like I don't know like what can you do about it and how to avoid it. There's no way to avoid it. It cannot be cat spammed, but it is good for casuals. I would definitely recommend for lows and moderates only in this one. Next up is the Spirits Overseer. You can definitely use this in Knife Party. There's thousands of players use this anyway because it's a cousin of the Triple Bite. No for cat spams, yes for casuals for all level players. Snow Queen Dominion, or Domain, or whatever the name is. I think it's just Dominion. It has the more damage to the curse ability. The only downside is that it cannot be cat spammed because of its delay animation. Super slow, not super slow, like, slow, reload, decent amount of ammo, so I would definitely recommend this for casuals, for lows and moderates in this one. It can be one hit or two hits to the body and to the head, so you have to be very mindful about it. And that's all I can think about Snow Queen's Dominion on that one. Xmas Vibes Setter is a super fast automatic type weapon. Burning ability, incredible fast fire rates. I would definitely recommend this for casuals, for low level players, moderate players, and high level players. But unfortunately, it cannot be cat spammed because of the automatic type weapon. And the best thing about it is that it has the increased damage headshot added in as well too. Fatal Decorator. It can be used for cat spams because of an OG type weapon. The only downside it had to change the kill points, unfortunately, because this one had the bonus kill points. It's now the assistant kill points. So unfortunately, I would still definitely recommend this for cat spams because it's cat spam ability, and for casuals, lows and moderate Low levels, moderates, and high level players in this one. I cannot talk right now because I'm like so tired right now. Next up is the Xmas Spirits Defender. It is the same cousin as the Spirit Mask and the Sly Wolf. There's not much you can say about this weapon anyway. It cannot be cat spammed, unfortunately, because of its dash ability and also the shield included as well too. But you'll see a few folks use the shield penetration weapons anyway. So that'll be like the most annoying one of all, because I think the very first one was the fan-made, not fan-made, but like the, I can't remember what, it was the developer or the community season 1. The community season Battle Pass, where it had the Ultimatum Adept set, where it had Mr. Ultimatum and 3 new cousins of his as well too, which had the Piercer, the Final Verdict, and the Borders Eraser. So this one, I will say no for cat spams, yes for casuals, for low, moderate, and high level players. And like I said, it does have the little bit of like a dash ability, which is secret ability added in, but it has the charge shot, shield, and barrier added in. Next up is the Harsh Dragon. You could get this from the previous Chinese New Year Battle Pass, which I forgot the name. For this one, it has a delay, so no for cat spams, but for casuals, I would definitely recommend this for lows, moderates, and also a little bit high level players included as well too. It can like one hit entirely to the player itself, and also with its area damage, it's like really like amazing and like pretty decent as well. Next up is the Armor Piercer Sniper Rifle. It has the Electroshock ability, the shield penetration ability, and it can be used for cat spams as well too. So yes for cat spams, yes for casuals, for all level players in this one. Next up is Leader's Butterfly. You can actually get this weapon, I think it's like the max level Battle Pass. You can definitely use this in Knife Party for the acceleration after killing an enemy and whatnot. Headshot included, the poison ability. It can 2 hits to the head and 2 hits to the body. So it's really fun to use. There's actually other melee weapons that can be used for acceleration after killing, which I believe is the katana. The revamped version of the katana, anyway, to be more specific of, anyway. But Leader's Butterfly, no for cat spams. Maybe a little bit for cat spams, but it has a slight delay in it. And for casuals, all level players, but like I said, it can be used for Knife Party, and it could just be used for fun for any other type of maps included. Leader's Best Friend. You can actually get this from the Elite Tier Battle Pass, but fortunately it's an unlocked type weapon, so no for cat spams, and yes for casuals, for lows and moderates only. We are about almost done. Next up is the Reckoning Day Sniper Rifle. You can use this for cat spams, but it will have a slight delay in it, because if you swap over to your special and to your sniper, like, I have a hard time with it trying to cooperate with me because I play on PC. Because I do it too fast or just a little bit too, like, early. So you have to, like, be very mindful about it. Like I said, yes for cat spams and for casuals, all level players included. And it has the piercing ability and I believe the poison ability. No, it's invisibility after killing the enemy, my apologies. And also protection against poison. In which I believe it's the very first ability, which is the same cousin as the protection against fire, which is burning. Next up is the Reckoning Days Pistols. I did try to test this out. It cannot be cat spammed wise, but not unfortunately. It's supposed to be unfortunately, it cannot be cat spammed. But it can be good for casuals, for lows and moderates, and this one included. Because I believe... No, it does not. I thought I had the critical ability, but it's just only my modules that have it. So Reckoning Day Pistols, no for cat spams, yes for casuals, for lows and moderates only. Next up is the Reckoning Day Flamethrower. It has the Super Burn ability, the Flamethrower ability, and Protection Against Burning ability. No for cat spams because of the Flamethrower ability, but for casuals, I would definitely recommend this for only low-level players because of the Flamethrower type ability, like I said. Next up is the Festive Eliminator. You can actually get this from the Trader's Van. Well, yeah, the Trader's Van special event set. Because there was actually supposed to be, like, all three of these was supposed to be in here, but two of them were from the special set right here, but this one was right here from the Trader's Van. So Festive Eliminator is possible for cat spam, but it cannot, well, technically, it's still possible for cat spams, but the only downside, it has a little bit of a delay in it, so I'd be very mindful about it. So, casuals, all level players included, because of the ammo steal and very good super rocket jump, and I didn't know I had a critical damage included. Spirit Exorcist. It does have the critical ability, the weakening, and the wall break. The only downside is that it cannot be cat spammed because of the delayed animation. So it's still fun to use, but for casuals, I will definitely say lows, moderates, and high-level players included. Wealth Distributor. This is the most annoying weapon of all because you'll see thousands of folks use this weapon anyway in Deathmatch. Because of these abilities, reduce headshot damage, increase damage headshot, and ricochet. This one will probably still have a little bit of few nerfs anyway, but with its ricochet and the increased damage and the decrease and reduce headshot damage is a little bit annoying at first. But I think the reduced damage headshot is more like if you have this weapon in your hand, when someone else is trying to fire at you, it's going to be a little bit more like 2 hits to the head anyway. But if someone else that doesn't have it, then it can still increase the damage headshot anyway included. So for this one, no for cat spams, yes for casuals, for lows and moderates, and also high, well-experienced level players. Oh boy. Ultimate Worship. This is the good cat spam weapon to use because you can actually swap this over from this one to the primary weapon, especially Ultimatum included. This one has the holographic ability, decent amount of ammo, and pretty slow reload speed. I believe also has the target mark. Yes, it does. You can use this in sniper forts. All I can say is that it's yes for casuals, and yes for cat spams. For casuals, all level players included. Ritual Scissors, you can actually use this in Knife Party. I don't see a whole lot of folks use this anyway, but for this one, I will say no for cat spams because of its delay animation, but I will say for casuals, low and moderate level players. Next up is the Dark Ritual. It is a cousin of the Solar Flare, Tommy Atom, Field Plasma Station, Solar Lens, and the there's one other one, but I forgot the name of it anyway. But this one right here is just the same thing, so no for cat spams, and yes for casuals for only low-level players, and a little bit for moderates as well too. Because of its plasma rockets and its area effect. Light Devourer, I believe it is a elite tier battle pass weapon. You can actually, yeah, definitely get this from the elite tier challenge. The only downside is that it cannot be cat spammed because of the charge shot ability included. But all I can say is that for casuals, lows and bottom level players only, because of its stream beam ability and its charge shot ability. So not for cat spams, so definitely. Next up is the Bloody Terror Axe. This was the OG type category. You can definitely use this in Knife Party, but it did had tons of nerfs at the time. But it's still pretty good because the acceleration after killing, it was 2 hits to the... Actually, no, 1 hit to the body, but now it's only 2 hits to the head. And it has the lifesteal and the more damage to curse ability. This is still the OG type weapon, but I'm still saying no for cat spams on it because of its ability of the delay animation. But for casuals, I'll definitely say for low, moderate, and high level players. Sacrificial Altar. This one is a good cat spam weapon to use. If you have any type of special cat spam weapons, this right here will be a good one to use. I normally use this during the Halloween season, or like Halloween holiday in this one, because it just seems more like Halloween themed related, but it has a decent amount of reload and good ammo usage as well too. It is like possible for 1 hit to the head, and also, well, actually it doesn't have a headshot included because it doesn't show. But it's only 2 hits to the head and 2 hits to the body. It has damage during reloads, protection against any type of effects like burning, poison, slowness, bleeding, etc., etc. And it does have the critical ability, so it's really fun to use. Next up is the Hunting Signs. It cannot be cat spammed, unfortunately, but for casuals, I will definitely say for lows and moderate level players, decent and fast reload, pretty good ammo usage. You can actually find this in the Trader's Van, but it's not been seen ever since it was first introduced. So Hunting Signs, no for cat spams, yes for casuals, for lows and moderates. Next up is the Terror Spreader. I do see a few folks use this, but it does have a delay animation, so it cannot be cat spammed. But for casuals, I will definitely say for lows and moderates, and well-experienced high-level players as well too. The best thing about it has the healing your allies and also healing yourself. Pretty good ammo usage and decent reload as well too. So it's really fun to use. Next up is the Spring Snatcher. You guys should get this from the special event set from the Halloween season. I forgot the actual name of it, but I'm not going to say the full name because I know what it is. Because I may get a copyright strike anyway. So Spring Snatcher, it's an automatic type weapon, no for cat spams, yes for casuals, for those and moderates only. 3 more to go, and then that will conclude this part right here. Sticky Honey Dipper is almost 1 hit to the head, but unfortunately it's only 2 hits to the head, and I believe only 2 hits to the body. It does have the disabled jumps and slows down the target. I don't see a whole lot of folks use this, but you can definitely use this in Knife Party. For this one, I will say no for cat spams because it will have a delay animation. But for casuals, I will say for lows and moderates only for this one. Next up is the Chef's Bounty. It is a shotgun. Best thing about it has the damage boost for allies. The only downside is that it cannot be cat spammed because of the delay animation included. So no for cat spams. And for casuals, I will definitely say for lows and moderates only for this one. And you can actually use this as well too for clan raids and minigame raids because of the damage boost for the allies. Finally, we have the Cloying Eliminator. This one is a good weapon to use. It is almost like the cousin of the Mutagen Neutralizer because of the area damage as well too included, but the only thing of difference about it is that it has the damage during reload, and it is not a contact detonator. But another best thing about it has unlimited ammo, so you can still just keep reloading whenever you like anyway. So Cloying Eliminator, yes for cat spams, because it's an OG type weapon. And for casuals, I'll say all level players included. And that will conclude part 12 of my Pixel Gun 3D 100 weapon tier list. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. And I'm so glad to be back doing more videos. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye. Lightning Strike.